What if the Chosen One didn't just win the tournament? What if he became a god? Liu Kang's journey began with fireballs and flying kicks, but it ends with him rewriting the fate of the entire universe. This is the evolution of Mortal Kombat's original champion, from Shaolin Monk to the Fire God Reborn. Through decades of sequels, reboots, and timeline resets, Liu Kang has remained a constant, the chosen warrior, the moral compass, and eventually the divine flame that lights the future of the franchise. In this video, we'll break down Liu Kang's origins, his major arcs, relationships, combat style, fan reception, and his current place as the god of time itself. Liu Kang is Mortal Kombat's eternal protagonist. Introduced in the very first installment, released by Midway Studios back in 1992, and today he is one of the few characters to appear in nearly every mainline entry. Orphaned as a child, Liu Kang was found and raised by Shaolin monks, trained into the White Lotus Society. Sparring alongside Kung Lao, he is a mixture of Shaolin fighting styles, such as Pao Chu, Choi Lei Foot, Monkey Fist, Dragon, and other styles like Jeet Kune Do, otherwise known as Jun Fan. From the very beginning of this franchise, Liu Kang was destined for greatness, having been summoned by Shaolin Grandmaster Wu to compete in the Mortal Kombat tournament and ultimately protecting the world from invasion. Quick pit stop here. I think now is a great time to break down the very basics of what kicks this franchise off. You see, in the Mortal Kombat universe, there are 6 main realms: Earthrealm, Outworld, Netherrealm, Edenia, Chaos Realm, and Order Realm. These realms are governed by the Elder Gods, and these Elder Gods have chosen that one realm can only invade another if they can successfully win 10 Mortal Kombat tournaments in a row. No easy feat, you'd imagine. However, Outworld is actually on an incredible run, having won 9 straight, and this is where our story kicks off. Liu Kang, alongside Sonya Blade and movie star Johnny Cage, whilst led by Raiden, compete in the tournament, making their way to the end, where the canonical finale of the original Mortal Kombat takes place. Liu Kang takes on Goro, the 9-time defending champ, eventually ending his reign before taking on the game's final boss, Shang Tsung, an evil sorcerer with the powers to transform. Upon taking out Shang Tsung, Liu Kang finds himself in the role of Earthrealm's protector. Created by Ed Boon and John Tobias, Liu Kang embodies the characteristics of the quintessential martial artist. At a glance, he's simple: bare-chested, black pants, swift kicks, and fireballs. But this simplicity masks a depth that would unfold over time. Visually, Liu Kang was based on classic kung fu cinema, especially Bruce Lee. From his vocalizations down to his fast, high-pressure strikes, his story placed him as a monk of the White Lotus Society, trained to uphold peace and spiritual discipline. Early games gave him the classic hero's journey: train, compete, defeat evil. But as the series matured, so did Liu Kang. Later entries would explore betrayal, death, rebirth, and ultimately godhood. Voice talent over the years include Tom Choi in MKX and Matthew Yang in MK11 and MK1. His visual design evolved from a traditional martial artist to a Shaolin monk with glowing dragon tattoos, and eventually a robe-wearing fire god wielding cosmic flame. Liu Kang's closest ally is Kung Lao, his fellow Shaolin monk and best friend. The two share deep respect but also rivalry, especially in timelines where Kung Lao resents always being second best. His mentor, Raiden, plays a more complicated role. Initially a guide, Raiden becomes increasingly authoritarian, and eventually clashing with Liu Kang in the rebooted timeline. Their relationship reaches a climax at MK11 when Raiden willingly gives up his powers to Liu Kang. Kitana is Liu Kang's most personal connection, a warrior princess of Edenia. She becomes both love interest and his moral anchor. As for enemies, Liu Kang has faced nearly all of Mortal Kombat's major villains: Shang Tsung, Shao Kahn, Quan Chi, Shinnok, and Kronika. Few characters have resisted so many forces of darkness for so long. And for major story arcs, there's tons of them. In the original trilogy, MK1 through 3, Liu Kang becomes Earthrealm's champion. He wins the first tournament by defeating Shang Tsung, then later thwarts Shao Kahn's attempts at conquering Earthrealm during Mortal Kombat 2 and 3. He is portrayed as the ideal hero, noble, disciplined, and selfless. When we get to Mortal Kombat 4, Liu Kang is offered the role of King of Edenia after he and other Earthrealm heroes defeat the fallen Elder God Shinnok. He turns down the offer as he is needed as the protector of Earthrealm. So far so simple, right? Not quite. The story takes a dramatic turn in Mortal Kombat Deadly Alliance, released in 2002. In the game's shocking intro cinematic, Shang Tsung and Quan Chi team up to eliminate Liu Kang, snapping his neck and marking one of the most surprising deaths in franchise history. This game is notable as the only mainline title where Liu Kang is not a playable character, a symbolic absence that underscores his fall. He returns in the 2004 Mortal Kombat Deception, but not as the hero fans remember. Liu Kang appears as an undead warrior, resurrected by Dark Raiden to punish Earthrealm's enemies. Though not inherently evil, he is a wild, undead version of himself, haunted by what he once was. Mortal Kombat 2011, often referred to as MK9, was released by the new NetherRealm Studios after Midway went bankrupt in 2009. In this reboot of the original timeline, the story retells the first 3 games with significant changes. As Raiden tries to alter the future and prevent Armageddon, his increasingly erratic decisions lead to conflict with Liu Kang. Their ideological clash climaxes when Raiden accidentally kills Liu Kang in a misguided attempt to stop him. Earthrealm loses its champion once again, this time by the hands of its own protector. The story picks up in 2015 with the release of Mortal Kombat X. After being killed by Raiden, Liu Kang's soul is retrieved by Quan Chi and reanimated as a revenant to serve under Shinnok. Raiden eventually beheads Shinnok, keeping his living head to later serve as a warning for Revenant Liu Kang and Kitana as they take over as the rulers of NetherRealm. By the time we get to Mortal Kombat 11, a 2019 release, everything changes. Liu Kang plays a central role once more. After battling the time-manipulating Titan Kronika, he defeats her and merges with Raiden, becoming Fire God Liu Kang, a divine fusion of mortal and god. He inherits Kronika's hourglass, a device that controls the flow of time, and uses it to reshape reality, effectively resetting the timeline once again. This leads us to Mortal Kombat 1, released in 2023, a full reboot of the universe forged by Liu Kang himself. He is no longer just Earthrealm's defender, he is the architect of a new era. Liu Kang embodies classic heroic themes: sacrifice, discipline, rebirth, and the pursuit of balance. At one point, Liu Kang is driven by revenge, though never greed, power, or pride. Instead, his arc is defined by responsibility, time and time again. He sacrifices personal freedom to serve Earthrealm. Even when he ascends to godhood, he doesn't impose his will. He seeks harmony. What makes him unique among Mortal Kombat's cast is his unwavering morality in a world full of betrayal, violence, and chaos. Even Scorpion and Sub-Zero have danced between light and dark, but Liu Kang remains a constant, both symbolically and narratively. Now for Liu Kang's gameplay and evolution. Liu Kang is the gold standard for a balanced fighter. He's fast, accessible, and deadly. His move list typically includes Flying Dragon Kick, which is a fast horizontal strike that punishes spacing, Dragon Fire, which is a classic fireball that's perfect for zoning, Bicycle Kick, rapid kicks that juggle opponents across the screen, and obviously fatalities, including his iconic Dragon transformation. In early games, Liu Kang was a rushdown character with great pressure tools. Over time, his kit added defensive options, counters, teleportation, and time-based abilities. In MK11, his God form features stance switching and cinematic finishers where he literally rewrites fate. Despite his simplicity, he's an excellent pick in many games, particularly MK9 and MK11, thanks to his consistent toolset and his low execution barrier. Liu Kang has always been popular, but his earlier reputation as the safe hero sometimes made him feel boring compared to edgier characters like Scorpion or Noob Saibot. However, his evolution into Fire God Liu Kang gave him new depth and earned renewed respect, no longer seen as just the main character of the series, but also as the soul of the franchise. He's appeared in almost every major Mortal Kombat title, been played by actors like Robin Shou and Ludi Lin, and headlined several animated films. His voice lines, poses, and fatalities are etched into gaming culture. Today, Liu Kang is no longer just fighting to protect the realm. He's building one. As the architect of a new timeline, he's taken on Raiden's role and more. He recruits fighters, mentors champions, balances realms, but even gods can't predict everything. And MK1 teases future threats to Liu Kang's creation. Where will the future take us? From humble beginnings to divine heights, Liu Kang is more than just Mortal Kombat's first champion. He is the enduring flame. And as long as the realms are at war, the fire god will rise. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please leave a like and subscribe, and also drop a comment down below to let us know which fighting game character you want to see next on Fighter Files.